Hey everybody, it's Tony Zolecki here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's sure great to be with each and every one of you. I'm here with my dear friends Amy and Thomas Smith-Hightower, and you guys are in Arkansas, is that right?
Yes, it is 80 degrees here today, so it was beautiful.
Awesome. Well, everybody, we wanted to do this broadcast tonight. And I know it's been crazy the last couple of weeks, and we got these new terms like self-quarantine and social distancing, and everybody has been sent home, and you're told to just stay in the house. And man, millions have been laid off and out of work these last couple of weeks, and people are hurting right now. And there's so much worry happening with where am I going to get income from? How am I going to support my family? I want to make sure I have security and stability with them. And I have no idea what I'm going to do. Like, I'm searching for things. I don't know where I can go, who I can call, someone I don't know anyone to reach out to. And I want to give you a little bit of background of what we're doing tonight. And then we're going to go through some questions back and forth and just give you what I call an option tonight about social retail and partnering with a company that's doing amazing things literally all over the world. So as you're coming on the broadcast, do me a favor and put in where you're viewing from tonight, and replayers, hello. Put in hashtag replay and let us know where you're watching from. And here's the thing. I've been in the home-based business for over 20 years. And I met my wife, Sarah, 15 years ago at a home-based business event. And we got married. We got two beautiful kids, Hudson and Ava, a 5-year-old and 7-year-old. And I've kind of, had that entrepreneur bone in my body for a long time. But I will tell you, the last 7 years, we were able to put something together by launching a brand that was very unique, disruptive, different than anything on the marketplace today. And it really created a home for everybody. And it didn't matter if you had sales background or, what your walk of life was, what your job was, what your experience was, that you could plug into something that is all online, all through your phone, and follow a simple system and get excited about social retail and create results daily. We're going to talk about that. And we've helped thousands and thousands of people. And I want to go to Amy and Thomas because Amy's been here now, partnered with this amazing brand and my wife and I for over a year now. They impact and serve at some of the highest levels I've ever seen. And they're all about making a difference, helping people just take baby steps, just take, steps where they can see results and see income and see growth and see light at the end of the tunnel. And Amy, you used to be a retail store manager. Is that right?
Yeah, I've worked in retail from my whole life. We've been together almost 8 years, it'll be 8 years in June. And he worked off on the oil field. So we did the 2 week on, 2 week off for years. Yep, he did that. Years. So the last time that we watched gas prices bottom out, we drove past the gas stations and
started getting scared, to be honest with you.
Yeah, started getting very scared, to be honest with you, is what he said, to be very scared. And we knew that we needed to start making some decisions then on what we call the gold watch syndrome. Doesn't happen anymore. Like, nobody goes to work at 18 and retires to work from the same company and gets a gold watch and a pension, right? Like, that's how our parents and our grandparents were, but that's just not how our generation is, right, Tony?
Yeah.
That's just not, when we started having to figure out things and to see where we were. And when we did finally get the phone call that he got laid off, like, we made through like about 3 or 4 old bust before it finally caught up with us. And then, but we we saw some of our friends lose houses, cars, vehicles, all these repossessions, all of these things. And we knew
that's not going to be us.
That was not going to be us. We had to figure it out, and we had to figure it out quick because we weren't going to lose what we had worked for.
Yeah. And, I think, Amy, what's really important, is that you wanted a way out. You wanted something that you could do and have success with, but it had to be simple. It had to be something you could understand and you could teach it to other people pretty fast, right? And they could get it and have success. Talk a little bit about why you fell in love with social retail and why it's helping thousands of people right now.
Right. It absolutely is, because Tony, if I would have told you in January, you and I were talking about this earlier today, if I would have told you in January, when the ball dropped on January 2020, what April 1st would look like, kids out of school, been out of school for weeks at this point, like in most parts of the country, been out of school for weeks. I mean, he's working with dads and moms and stuff in his full-time job every day that are having to take a vacation day 1 day a week or 2 days, bouncing back and forth because we're in Arkansas. We're not in a shelter state at the moment. People are working, but their kids and everything are out of school. So people are having to balance kids and school and all of those things and having to be at home. We had 34, and we're in a small state, guys, small state, Arkansas, 34,000 unemployment claims in the month of March. Wow. 34,000. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, had I not met Sarah and Tony and joined social retail with them, I would have been one of those 34,000 people, because I've worked retail and that's what we did. I drove past TJ Maxx today when I did a grocery pickup in the parking lot, and it's just black and empty, right? And we're going into 2 weeks from Easter. And I don't know what you know about retail, but I can tell you this: in clothing retail, the weekend that includes Good Friday and that Saturday are technically, you can do as much retail in those 2 days as they do the entire month of December. Yeah, in retail, because of everybody buying new Easter outfits, things like that. Across the country, that's not happening this year, and it's scary. Yeah. And it's frightening. And I have autoimmune issues. We are battling some major autoimmune issues. And not only would I be having to either be unemployed, or I would be hospitalized because I would have caught something, because I would have been working retail. I would have been on that front line. I would have been checking out the groceries. I would have been doing all of those things. And I could have picked it up. And so now we have the opportunity. We have given more money to help. We made a donation to our local sheriff's department last week, or 2 weeks ago, I guess, to help provide all of our police officers with more cleaning supplies, gloves, things like that. We are able to actually have conversations at our dinner table about how we can impact more lives, how we can help people, instead of how are we going to keep the lights on? Yep. And I know that that's important with you and Sarah as well. That's a big thing of why we all partner together, because we want people to do what we do. We want people to have the answers. We want to share it with them. Yeah. We're not you know what I mean? The only way, the joy that we get at this point is by watching others win and helping others grasp this social retail and the fact that it's so different than anything else on the market at all. There's nothing else like it. And the thousands of people that we can personally impact by sharing this.
Yeah. And I think, for a lot of people that are watching this right now, and this is being shared out to different pages, and, different people for the first time are looking, going, what, I need something. And the uncertainty of my situation is not good. And I want to let everyone know we have certainty with social retail, with what we're talking about, with our growth, with people getting started, with people following a simple system and getting results. And, Amy, talk a little bit about the 3 things we tell people every day to do, which is download the app, share their promo code, and get daily pay. Like, we pay people daily to do this from their phone. It's kind of like what I call a work from your phone lifestyle, right?
Right.
You don't have to leave your house.
Right. So let's talk about retail for a second, like where I came from, right? So you go to your interview, right? You go to an interview and then you fill an application online and you do all those things. And so then you have to go spend what, $300, $400, $500 at least on new clothing, right?
Yep.
To go to your job, because you have dress codes, you have, in whether you're a guy that wants to work construction, you have to have steel toe boots and gloves and bibs and all that stuff, right? Or if you're a girl, whatever you have to, either way, you have to have new clothing, right? Well, and then you work for 2 weeks before you get any type of check. At least you have to put in at least 2 weeks work before you get your first paycheck normally from any company, right? With us and with social retail, for a very small investment, you can actually start getting paid the next day, twice a day, actually, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. on all customer orders, folks. And we're not talking, we're talking real volume. We're not talking these big $2,000-$3,000 packs. We offer products that are changing the course of people's lives, and they're $30 to $50 a month. Roughly, different things like that. So we're not asking, we're not out here trying to sell $20,000 packs. Like, we're out here saying, look, pour this pack into this water, shake it up, drink it. You're going to feel amazing. You're not going to, how many people, like Tony and Sarah, I know you guys are right now, because we talked about this today. How many of you are never wanted to be a homeschool teacher, but all of a sudden you're homeschooling your kids, right?
Right.
Right. My sister and I had this conversation today. My mother-in-law, in fact, and I had this conversation today because my nephew is just turned 12, and he is in pre-algebra stuff and stays with my in-laws when my brother-in-law's at work, and he's a police officer, and he's having to work all kinds of hours right now with everything that's going on. So they've got my 12-year-old nephew, and my mother-in-law calls me today, and she's like, I can barely spell algebra. Why are we and they're teaching algebra. And she's like, just stressing out. And that is why we have fell in love with social retail.
Yeah. So, Amy, let me ask you this, because I think for a lot of people watching, they're going, okay, well, what's the product? And we've got, over, 50 products, maybe even closer to, 70 or 80, and they're health and wellness products, they're immune boost system products, they're home essentials,
cleaning,
right? Talk about the products a little bit.
So I think our favorite product, we actually agree on this, is our new energy drink that is out, that has 11 vitamins and minerals and 8 different nootropic blends. And guys, it's less than $1 a day. And it comes in 3 flavors: fruit punch, citrus, and pomegranate. And fruit punch is our favorite. And yes, and we, in fact, some of the guys that he works with, their wives actually work at our hospital and stuff. And so we've been sending with all of the nurses and everything that are on the front line dealing with the pandemic first line, we've been sending them product and having it at our hospitals, at our nurses, trying to keep those frontline people that we are so grateful for right now, energized, I guess, and on their game, because doctors, nurses, truck drivers, anybody that's working on that front line right now, we just want to say a big heartfelt thank you. So that's our favorite. Actually, what brought me into the company in general was Tony's wife, Sarah, is a good friend of mine, and she shared, I was having some autoimmune flare-ups, and she shared their liquid collagen with me. And I actually was a customer of Tony and Sarah's for 8 months. 8-9 months before I joined social retail with them in the business. So I'm a big, I feel like the liquid collagen has completely changed my health life in general. And so those are a couple. And then my mom, is we love the cleaning products as well. But all of our churches in our hometown use our cleaning products to clean their churches now and things like that, because they don't have the people that are dealing with asthma. We don't have the toxins and things like that get in there. And then not only that, my dad has COPD, and my mom's not leaving the house right now. And she's able to get these products delivered to her doorstep without ever having to leave. And that's all of a sudden a big deal, because we are wanting to avoid as much of the shopping that we can, right?
Yep. Well, we talk a lot about we're the Live Clean company, the worldwide leader, right? And we've got these high performing, safe, non-toxic, affordable, beautiful products. So we've gone from Live Clean to now Live Inside to make money daily, all from your smartphone. And I think it's so important because, when people view this and they go, well, Amy, if you help me get started tonight, I could start for a couple $100. I could start making daily pay right away. I could start sharing my promo code. I could use your beautiful app. Everything's in there that I need, right? And I can do this. And I think, Amy, what's important for people to understand is a lot of people socially share anyways, right? I mean, talk about how the online, social sharing, social shopping sites are bigger than ever. The internet is bigger than ever. Everybody's online, right? And social shopping isn't going away. People want stuff at their door. People want stuff, when they hit their, swipe and they hit a button, it shows up in a day or two or even sooner at their door. Talk about how Modere is that company.
Oh, it absolutely is, because without a doubt, I am super thankful. And anybody that has ever heard me speak on a social retail stage or at any training stage, I'm super always thankful. Rick and Michelle Teague, Justin Prince, Tony and Sarah Zolecki, Margie, those type of people that have laid the groundwork, that have they've literally put the boots on. They've walked through the mud. When Tony and Sarah came on to the company, they didn't even have a name, right? They didn't have a name. You guys have done all of that work for us, and I'm super thankful, and I will always be grateful for that, because we don't have to do that. We didn't have to do all that stuff. You guys have all done the bridge work for us to do that. And so now we have this app, and here's my challenge to everyone. If you're watching this tonight and you have to go to bed tonight wondering how you're going to put diapers on your child, how you're going to keep the groceries fed, how you're going to get gas in your tank, even if it's $1.70 a gallon here right now, how you're going to do those things. I know that Tony and we talk every day, just about. In fact, when I was sick last week and I wasn't around people, they were ready to send out the Red Cross looking for me because they hadn't heard from me in a few days. But we talk every day, and I know that Tony and Sarah or Thomas and I, any of us we would love to reach out to us. We'll put you in a Facebook chat. We'll show you some stuff around the Real Results Room. We will get you guys can see how simple it is. And guess what? If you're laid off, you're going to draw unemployment anyway right now. You've got to go file those claims, right? So give us those 6 weeks or 12 weeks, whatever it is on unemployment, and let us show you how. Hopefully you'll never have to draw unemployment again. Just give us that time. You've got it. How many of us have ever wished for more time? How many of us have said, oh, if I just had 30 more minutes a day, you have it now, right?
That's
God
so
slowed
true.
us down and said, let's do this. So, and that excites me. I go to bed super early and I'm up late, right now, actually, and later than normal, because I'm excited. I feel like we're at a whole new level, and we have a whole new group of people that we're going to work with. And in case anyone's wondering, this is Thomas's first ever social media experience right now. He doesn't do social media at all. So, but
let's give Thomas some love. If you're watching this broadcast, whether you're live or replays, let's give Thomas some love in the comment section, okay?
yeah, it's total opposite. We are polar opposites, but we we balance each other out
work really
very well together.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with it's the same thing with like Sarah and Tony. Tony and I, our personalities are very similar.
Yeah.
We have very similar personalities, and and it's just how we build our business. It's just how our brain works. It's how we go. And if I'm mad and need like to be fired up, I call Tony. And if I need to cry and be told how great I am, I'll call Sarah. It works, right? So.
Well, here's what's great, everybody, that you're viewing this broadcast is that we just finished March, and it was the best month the company had all year in 2020. I mean, we can't keep our products on the shelves. I mean, they're flying off the shelves right now. And I mean, we're taking care of thousands and thousands and thousands of customers, right? And people are getting started promoting the brand. And like Amy talked about, they're taking their app, they're sharing their code, they're making daily pay. And, they're having fun. You know what I mean? They're taking their mind off the craziness, right? They're working social retail into their crazy busy life. That's, they don't even know what day it is today. But you know what? It gives them a little bit of a distraction from the news cycle, from all the drama and trauma, from all the things that are happening around their communities or neighborhoods. And they're actually having fun, and they're giving this gift away with our model and our products, and they're just doing it, and they're having us with a smile on their face. And I think to give people light, Amy, and to give them hope, and to give them excitement, and to give them something they can really stand on and go, wow, I feel more security and stability than I felt in a long time. I would really like you to just share for people looking now, Amy, going, I'm scared, Amy, but should I do it? Like, what would you tell people?
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the unemployment cycle, right? Like if you, we were talking about a number earlier. What was was it 2.2 billion? Is that what it was last month? Unemployment in the US,
million.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was a lot. Million.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I just know it was a big, massive number. We were talking about it earlier. I know what the Arkansas one was because it just blew me away at a news conference earlier today. But with that, like, guys, I mean, that's what I was offering the challenge earlier. If you are just scared and want to give this a try, just reach out to us, because I promise you, it's not just Tony Zolecki that's won, or Amy Hightower that's won, or you know what I mean? Like we don't care. Like if you want us to teach you how to make $500, we can do that. But if you want to teach, if you want Tony and Sarah to teach you how to make 50 grand, they can do that as well. And so that's the thing. Like we love you where you're at, and there's so many products. Like not everybody wants to lose weight, right? Like not everybody needs to lose weight. And I will be honest, I lost 100 pounds, right? Like, so weight loss is my jam. But right now, I'm more interested in getting nootropics into people's hands, like with our, with the Go, and getting people the collagen that makes, to makes them feel better to deal with, the things that they're dealing with. Cleaning products, shower gel, shave cream, all of those things, whatever it is, like we can replace, like you can either go give Walmart $100 or you can give us 50 and we can show you how to exponentially grow that.
Yeah, and again, what we've been able to do, it's been absolutely incredible, and we're grateful, and we're extremely blessed, but we're happy that we said yes, and now we can give this away to as many people as possible. So I'll tell you this, like Amy said it best, like, what do you have to lose? This video, this broadcast is being shared. Whoever tagged you in this, get back with them and say, hey, I need more information about this, or I'm ready to go, or heck, I can download an app, share a promo code, and I'm all up to making daily pay right away. If that's you, get back with whoever, invited you here. and get those questions answered and get started with us. April is going to be a fabulous month with us here, promoting this brand with social retail. And we're going to do big things, and we're going to do it with a lot of people. And a lot of people are going to win. And why shouldn't it be you? So,
and you don't have to have.
Yeah.
Let me say this really quick. When I joined social retail, and I had 482 friends on my Facebook. That's what I started with. That was my network. I didn't have a big network. I didn't have like a big, massive following. I joined, I put my head down, and I went to work. And now is the best time. There just couldn't be a better time. Because like I said, we're not selling $20,000 packs. We're selling stuff that you need in your home every day that can not only make you feel better, but, I've had people that have messaged me that have been like, oh, I haven't had to wear makeup because the skincare is so good, and just like being able to feel themselves. Like everybody needs like self-care right now is something we all need to be focusing on a little bit, because there is so much doom and gloom, right? Like, I encourage everyone to spend 30 minutes a day reconnecting with your spouse, talking about things that aren't awful, that aren't, how many people died, how many people have this virus, how many people have, spend 30 minutes doing something you enjoy, doing it with your spouse, or just doing some self-care.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah.
Have some positives in life, There's enough negative right now.
And now we can focus 100% on just staying safe and staying healthy and not having to worry about how to keep our lights on. And 2 years ago, that would not have been the case. So it's
well, I just want to, and I want to say thank you to Thomas and you, Amy, because what you've done with this brand is unbelievable, and you've blessed so many people with these products and with this opportunity, and you guys always go above and beyond to make sure people are safe, to make sure people have what they need, and to make sure people feel secure. And we love you, the company loves you, and we're excited to do even bigger and better things together this year, and we're going to do that together. And we're going to have a lot.
We got to get these travel restrictions off so we can go to Cabo.
Yeah. Well, you just heard some of the things you were going to go out and do with the company and the brand in the next couple of months. Now has just become virtual, right?
Yes, we literally within the past 30 minutes we've been shifting stuff around.
Yeah. So living inside, right? That's going to be the new term that you're going to hear us talk about a lot. But I said, like, why not have fun with us? You know what I mean? Download that app, share out that code, and make that daily pay and live inside with us. And
we may be even doing virtual barbecues in our backyard. We can do virtual team barbecues that way.
I want to see Thomas do some virtual cooking, man. All right,
he'll get the grill. He's got his apron and everything.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, thanks for hanging with us on this broadcast tonight. I want to say thank you again to Thomas and Amy, all the way in from Arkansas. Again, my name is Tony Zolecki, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Make sure you get back with the person that tagged you in this video, or if they shared this to your wall or to a group, or you stumbled across this thing. Get back with them and get your questions answered. And we can't wait to meet you and spend some time with you in the near future. And have an amazing night, an amazing week. And we can't wait to share your story and tell your story. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, bye.